What a way for Fatau Ishaku to start his EPL debut for Leicester City in the English Premiership. Yesterday, he was on the assist card for Leicester City as they drew 1-1 with Tottenham Hotspur on match day 1 of the 2024-2025 English Premiership. My name is Linus Nsoatreman, and here is Linus Nsoatreman TV on YouTube. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like, share, and put your comments under it. Today is Tuesday. I was supposed to bring you this news yesterday, but Charlie CG do me yawa and our man family one chemi and run upon there. Omucha me dear. And I say, now here. And I say video number so then my fighting dome na compare coins will be before him. But and then it's Tuesday, the 20th of August, and I'm bringing you all the exclusive from the world of sports. We look at Ghanaian footballers abroad or Ghanaian players who excel in their EPL over the weekend, and then we also look at the performance of two Ghanaian clubs in the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League, that is Samartex 1996 FC and then Nsoatreman FC. So then we'll take a look at the Black Princesses of Ghana as they are preparing for the Under-20 World Cup in Colombia. This and many other news will come your way on Linus Nsoatreman TV on YouTube. We are taking a quick breather. You try on Sima Yaba now news night. It was for you try on Sima Yasaza Baby Meha Linus Nsoatreman TV so on YouTube. Mr. One then first time we channel where ya me patcho enya hu bibia just na ko subscribe you won't say subscribe button e was here on we are now turn on notification na anytime bia any video ni betum say pa trust me, you be the first person to get access to it. And then please recommend the channel for other people as well. There is the home of exclusive sports content and then interviews. It is only Linus Nsoatreman TV on YouTube. So now we are looking at the performance of some Ghanaian footballers or some Ghanaian players who made their debut or who featured for their various clubs in the English Premier League over the weekend as the new season begins. That is 2024-25. But the very first player we will look at is Ishaku Fatau, the former under-20 player. Was just amazing on the day. I mean, he provided the assist for Jamie Vardy as they drew 1-1 with Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur took the lead, and then Leicester City came back stronger in the second half. Courtesy Jamie Vardy, the legendary forward, the one-time a player in the lower tiers of English football who dominated the headlines for Leicester City as they won the championship or the English Premier League in 2016. He has still been with the club ever since, and then just last season they gave promotion to the EPL as well, and he scored the first goal for the Forces as Ishaku Fatau, the Ghanaian international, the Black Stars boy, gave him that beautiful assist for Vardy to score that goal for Leicester City. So Ishaku is the brightest Ghanaian player in the EPL after match day 1 because he made an assist and he gave that crucial point to Leicester City. The second player we'll look at is Nsoatreman for Bournemouth. I mean, he was also in action for Bournemouth as well, where Bournemouth drew 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. So Nsoatreman, the Black Stars forward, was on the scorecard for Bournemouth. I mean, he registered his first goal for the club as well, and it tells you that yes, it is just a very bright start for most of these Ghanaian players. The next player we'll look at is Thomas Partey. He dominated the midfield for Arsenal as they were able to cruise to a 2-0 win over Wolves or Wolverhampton Wanderers in the English Premiership. Thomas Partey lasted the entire minute for the Gunners. He's back to form, and I keep saying that anytime Thomas Partey is 100% fit, no defensive midfielder come close to him. Last season we saw him, yes, injured, came close, and then he missed a couple of games, but his return, we saw how influential he was to that Mikel Arteta side. So clearly, if Partey is very fit, which we are all praying for, this season, trust me, Arsenal is clinching the league. I know Chelsea fans, United fans, Man City fans will just be making fun of him, but I know what I'm saying. This season is her year for Arsenal. So kudos to Thomas Partey. He lasted the entire minute for Arsenal as they won 2-0 against Wolves. The next player we'll be looking at is Mohamed Kudus, the star boy as well. He was also in action for the West Ham side or the Hammers, where they lost 2-0 to Aston Villa. Aston Villa is a very stubborn side, pound. Yes. So they lost 2-1 to Aston Villa. So Aston Villa, Charlie, what Unai Emery is doing with this team? Bang. Last season they didn't Arsenal the league. They scored as like they Charlie boy 2-0 and when return to come and be a basa. That was when I knew said no Charlie League na boy. And this was a man who once handled Arsenal. He was one coach who came to Arsenal and I had so much confidence. He brought Nicolas Pepe to Arsenal. He brought a couple of players to Arsenal, the likes of Kieran Tierney and all those players. He brought them to Arsenal. But Charlie, we didn't give them one time car and then he people and it was on. Now look at what he's doing with Aston Villa. He has secured a Champions League spot with them, and this season Aston Villa is playing the Champions League. I mean, that tells you that their coach is very good. Don't twist about that. I mean, Charlie, Spanish coaches, they are extremely very good. And Unai Emery is just a typical example of what we are seeing. You can see Pep Guardiola, you can see Arteta as well. Look at what he's doing with Arsenal. This will be his 5th season with Arsenal. Charlie, so one league this season, Arteta. So kudos to Mohamed Kudus. He was also in the lineup for West Ham. He's playing a new coach now, and then it tells you that yes, he needs to be giving us that up-to-date performance, so that when the Black Stars of Ghana resume camp next month for the AFCON qualifiers, I mean, we'll see our star boy Kudus in action. But rather unfortunate for him, his side lost. The next player we'll be looking at is Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew was also introduced in the second half when Crystal Palace lost 2-1 to Brentford. They lost 2-1 to Brentford. Ayew didn't start the game. He was introduced in the 70th minute. So Ayew played only 20 minutes of action for Crystal Palace. And you're bad. I remember some 3-4 seasons ago, he was their best player. And you see, he's one player who has been very consistent for the club as well. And I believe that this season he's going to have a very good season. As the last season, when Shannon Bogos Nibibri, you know, Jordan Ayew is not on just that type of striker now. We can say season here and there, we 15 or 20 goals. No. Jordan Ayew, work rate, Poach say he's an integral member of the squad. So he was also in action for Crystal Palace, but they lost 2-1 to Brentford. Another player in the Crystal Palace set up Jeffrey Schlupp. The last time this boy came to the Black Stars, I don't know the problem he has with the Black Stars, but Charlie, he has been very, very good. Last season, he got some crucial goals for Crystal Palace. This season, so we are hoping he will keep up the momentum. Pre-season, I am praying that he resolve whatever issue he has with the Black Stars, so that we'll come back to the Black Stars. Charlie, this next AFCON here come Morocco there by hook or crook, also because the squad will get this season. Charlie, the Black Stars. Look at the boys, the way the boys are excel. If you go to Belgium, some boys are excel. Mohamed Fistani, some jump with Belgium. If you go to China, Charlie Abdulaziz, jump with. Charlie, these boys, let's build a very strong team for the AFCON. And I bet you, Charlie, Morocco one more there. Inshallah. Yeah, go good university. But next season, dear, inshallah. Say you call Morocco. You back on the AFCON. Forget you'll be a Black Stars of Ghana. You back because Charlie, our boys are on form. So Jeffrey Schlupp was not in the squad. He was an unused substitute. So first 11 not count, but bench not count. Into one Bobby cry, it's an unused substitute. That is Jeffrey Schlupp, another Ghanaian player who is also making waves for Crystal Palace in the English Premiership. There are some other players who also excel for their various clubs in the Championship and then the English League One. Abetadoma was in action for Real Store in the League One, and he's Abetadoma. We knew him. What you at almost over 34 years now. But Charlie Bodney is carrying ahead the issue. Now let's move away from Ghanaian players in the EPL or Ghanaian players abroad, and then let's look at the performance of the two clubs that are representing Ghana at the 2024-2025 CAF Confederations Cup and then the CAF Champions League. Charlie, kudos to Samartex. Solid performance from the Summer Boys side. I'm not much league, 2023-2024 season. I'm not much Ghana Premier League, and I'm going PM Cameroon and I'm Victoria United for AC Akan in the preliminary stages. That is the first round of the prelims. I'm Victoria United. I'm going to be bomb 1-0. And I'm Emmanuel Mama, the former Tema Youth boy. Solid player by our standard. Some of us were very fortunate to watch him during his days at Tema Youth. And a solid, a former under 20 boy. So I don't know if he's still up to the age of 20 there, but he's a friend for some color. But I've been subsequent to know him and make his squad. But he's a very good player. They are three brothers. Some Mama squad, they are three brothers. And Mama way there, even though Mama idea, we say I can't Edmaf Samartex. He scored the only goal for Samartex when they went away to Victoria United in Cameroon. One day, I don't know because we need one day. This is their maiden edition in the CAF Champions League. But trust me, so I go away I share one. Charlie, they put their one step ahead. Last season, we saw what the Dreams did. Excellent performance from the Still Believe lads. Charlie, straight from the woo. Could do semi-finals. That was like the young film. And you can't see us here in Namanyama because we talk about draw Egypt. No, Ghana, Now one Zamalek Abesha was a 3-2, say 3-0, say 2-0. It's not fair, but Charlie, it was a very solid performance from Karim Zito, and then the boys, they did amazingly well. And we are expecting that the two clubs now, some more representing Ghana or Africa, no? And they also go past that stage, because Charlie, now the focus is we should go past the group stage. So Charlie, because Charlie, the last time I go group stage, I got to time and I see a call of 2018, 2019 to actually, and the last season, no breaking jinx, no dreams breaking jinx, no, but then no confederations come back and yes, she ever found sir, and no, the Omuko semi-finals all the way to the semi-final. Nobody expected them to go there, and this season, I'm motivated Samartex and Nsoatreman, so we are expecting say. First start no money idea solid. They should go throughout and then make sure that they get the maximum wins for the teams and then they'll progress. So Samartex won 1-0 in away. Omoni Victoria United. In the second leg no Sunday whereby Accra Sports Stadium 25th August. Omoni Victoria United. Now what question one day there's a job. You pay bibia we. You pay beti bibia masa. Bomb train flat. You qualify queen. The next team I was show Nsoatreman. Nsoatreman no muji FA Cup no 2023-2024 season MTN FA Cup no. Omu to me a ball Tano Bafakwa is relegated to Muko division. They are not relegated. So they won I think 7-8 on penalties against Tano Bafakwa, and then they sealed qualification to play in the CAF Confederations Cup. That is their maiden edition. But the coach no due start off Nico Nika na be mo Maxwell Kunedu. Now he's in South Africa with one club world. And then the coach who is in charge of Nsoatreman now is Coach Yao Coach Rash. But let me give shout outs to one big man who is doing amazingly well when it comes to general management in football. Charlie, kudos to Mr. Eric Alajidede, senior one, Mr. Eric Alajidede. Excellent performance from the man. Charlie, the man, he knows football. Oh, hey. No, they bring big too much. Next year, they bring out to House of Folk straight up. Mr. Eric, straight up. Formerly of Karela. Now you want do. When you sit down with me and you talk about football, it's not Charlie. This man is Charlie. Now you move soon. Mr. Eric, good morning to you. You've done amazingly well. You won 3-0 against an elite sport club from Chad. You also played the CAF Confederations Cup. That is Nsoatreman. Almost 3-0 at Accra Sports Stadium. Fala. No two ways about that. Motivation to we need train the one. So next week na me aduma omuko prim in Germany, and that is the capital of Chad. Omuko prim mo na omuni elite sport club of Chad ABC aka. Now about 3 hours are we the job. Mo dem go about drawing na mo ba. Ni qualify to the second stage of the prelims no. We want to see your maiden edition. No say na go. You've gone past the group stages, and that is what we are expecting from you. So Mr. Eric, you are doing an amazing job. Some of us that we admire you from far back, but also the interview for come on pan. This week they may try because we saw Wakra. And as they train, na me adu na mo to me call Chad bar. Na ya share na the interview na the association. He's one of the smartest brains I ever football management. He knows how to manage players. So like you sit down with him when you are talking about football. Kudos to Nsoatreman and then Samartex winning their first games in the prelims or the first stages of the prelims in the CAF Confederations Cup and then the CAF Champions. Now let's go to the under 20. That's the Black Princesses of Ghana. Ghana formed by under 20. Charlie. They pay them winning bonuses. So Charlie, come the job. So we don't want any excuses. Coach, you see Basigi. Good morning to you. Minister Bogota. That's the capital of Colombia. Now Tunis Nusu. The team, the final squad has been announced. Last week, no mutumi if Ghana could PM Colombia our money under under 20 tournaments in money Japan and I think New Zealand they will group more so and so that is it. So we are wishing at the very best. The final squad has been named, but then Charlie Ade Yan say Mukarama son Kubobi Mukarama yet we bra if you send the age up so oh Charlie. We wish her a speedy recovery. But Charlie squad, if you're Nyamimu or Stella Namichemu now or so, Charlie solid squad. I believe you see basically about the women's football. We know his qualities. We know what he can do. So we are not too worried about it. This will be the 7th time the Black Princesses are there. And they've never gone past the group stage. Everybody hope. This time around, we are breaking the jinx. You see, basically, we beg you, qualify the ladies for us. Young cock and group stages. Now we are so much confident in this squad. Because Charlie, whatever you need here, yesterday I saw how the final squad was named. Charlie content in the Ukweti of Black Princess of Power. So we wish the U20 team, the female U20 team of Ghana, the Black Princess of Ghana, the very best in the Under 20 World Cup in Colombia. And we say that they should bring nothing but joy to Ghanaians. My name is Nsoatreman. Linus Nante TV so on YouTube. From the month of July and then August, time with the GPL stars. This one we are only interview GPL stars in footballers, players, coaches, anybody who took part in the GPL and as who's part of the GPL be an interview. So far we've done about 3 interviews and I think it's amazing. Please subscribe to my channel. Why? Be part of subscribe to the channel now. Charlie, someone will say content in there. Remember me be a million Linus Nante. Here's Linus Nante TV on YouTube. Next week by this time we'll bring you another episode of Ghanaian footballers abroad and then some training news as well.